Hello everyone, so today we're going to be doing Mars in the 8th house. What happens when Mars comes into your 8th house, especially in your birth chart? Well, what is 8th house? 8th house is sudden events, meaning sudden ups and sudden downs, sudden happiness, sudden fall from your mental psyche. It represents accidents. It also represents your in-laws, your relationship with the in-laws, and your assets with your wife or husband after marriage. Okay. And also, 8th house represents death and rebirth, and especially it's one of the Marka houses, and it's a nourishment of the longevity, meaning that 7th house is a real house of death. Okay. 8th house is the house that waters the 7th house, meaning so if 8th house is not really strong, it's not able to nourish the water of the 7th house, so the tree can grow strong for a long time. Okay. And obviously Mars, you guys know what Mars is. It's that soldier mentality, that's energy that's within you. It is the courage that's within you. Okay. So when Mars comes into this house, it is actually can cause quite a few accidents in your life. Like you might just run into constant accidents, like cuts and burns and car accidents. You may like falling from somewhere. Just like just basic injuries, especially in sports injuries. Okay, so that's what it signifies. Here, Mars feels quite in a difficult position. Why? Because this is where, Mars is fighting as a soldier, and his blood is coming out, and he is he has one limb blown off, and he still has to fight. So here, Mars is where the enemies are like taking over Mars, and Mars is fighting. Even though he has lost a limb, he's still fighting. So this is where this person can, get into arguments with the in-laws. This person will have a dominant nature towards the in-laws. Like when he comes in, he expects the in-laws to respect him, and since Mars looks at the 11th house of gains, this can really show gains after marriage, through marriage, but also in business as well. However, it's just signifying gains through business. But will you do business or not? Again, like I said yesterday, Saturn and Mercury should be looked at, and the other houses that signify business also should be looked at. But this signifies gains through a secretive means. Because also, I forgot to tell you, 8th house is a house of occult, house of mysticism, house of secrecy, all the secret dealing, secret sexual relationships. Here, Mars can really get into I would say very taboo breaking sexual behavior. This can represent pimps, because pimp can gain money through sex. So these are the kind of profession you can look at it. If Mars is debilitated, if Mars is not in a friendly position, it can signify people are in porn industry, people who are kind of oversexed. Okay, sex addiction, because 8th house is also addiction, so it can signify addiction towards sex as well. This placement can also deal with somebody who gains through secretly harming others, which can again go into many different avenues. People can harm somebody through black magic and occult avenues. These people can become criminals. So their gain of money, the 11th house, could be through murdering somebody, robber, okay, thieves, armed robbery is seen from, because Mars is a soldier with a weapon. Mars loves holding weapon. And so in this house, when Mars holds a weapon, all the dealings, all the energy of the 8th house is upon him. So he deals secretly. And since Mars represents chemicals as well, drugs, this person can be a drug dealer, drug abuser. Okay, and Mars, career-wise, also represents not only engineering but medical business as well. So since eighth house is that emergency house that suddenly responds to either bad thing or good things, these people make ER doctors, good ER doctors. They're good ER nurses because they're able to just on hand, ready to exert their energy, ready to save somebody. And this person can also be a healer on the good side. If Mars is excelled, and if the nakshatra lord is in the Kendra or Trikon house, this person can become a healer, like a doctor, like a shaman, somebody who can also, heal people from outside of the normality of healing, meaning that mystical healing. And remember, Mars is looking at the second house of wealth, family assets, speech, eating habits. Okay, so again, this is where Mars can have a very direct and straightforward speech. Like, they may not curse, it doesn't really mean that you're going to curse, although it does signify somebody who just uses bad language, but they can be a very straightforward person. They don't like to go around, if they don't want to be the nice guy. If they say you suck at this and you are horrible at this, they'll tell you. Like a film director, when a film director says cut, and one film director will say, well, you can take it differently and it'll bring out more of your emotions. These film directors might say, dude, you suck at acting. Either do this right or I'm going to fire you. So that direct straightforwardness comes into play here. And again, indulgence of drugs, indulgence of substance abuse, because of the fact it's as 100% aspect is on, not 100%, I mean 24% aspect is on the second house. And from here, Mars is looking at the third house of siblings, third house of courage, okay, third house of media, business, journalism. So this actually can give younger sibling, especially male siblings. It can actually give gains through them, gains through siblings. Gives this person a lot of courage, though. This person has a lot of courage. Okay, this person is able to, even though they have like 2 limbs left, like I told you, they'll still fight, and they might beat these people up. Like, they'll win the war, even though they have only had 1 limb left. Okay. These people can, if they go into the media industry, they have a very, like a angry person image. Like, this person become a great action hero, dramatic actor. Because 8th house represents dramatic emotions, sudden eruptions of emotions. So this is really more of like those, sad and angry type of emotions. So those emotions can come out. And this person's voice, when they speak, it's just going to be like, whoa. Like Godfather just came in the room and he's like saying something. Even if this person, let's say, says, I need a glass of water, everybody will hear it. And they'll pay attention to that. But since the 8th house represents like secret dealings and hidden dealings, these people can obviously, go around the system to gain money, meaning that tax evasion. These people can be responsible for evading the IRS. These people can obviously have a very strong tendency to cheat other people when it comes to gaining money. And obviously, a lot of people can have these placements and they can be good, legitimate doctors. But then there are doctors, who go through pharmaceutical companies, take their incentives, take their bonuses, the commissions that they get, and they'll prescribe the medication to a patient even though they do not need that medication. So those impulses are now seen from Mars. These people can also, they need to worry about their network. Their circle of network is going to be people of their own mentality. Cheaters, liars, criminals, people who are breaking the laws, breaking rules, doing secret dealings. So again, these people can, I mean, obviously you can It's common sense to judge what can happen if you join a gang, if you're a robber, if you're a thief, if you're a drug dealer. There's constant threat of harm. So these people always have this fear of harm, that, okay, I'm going to die. I'm going to kill. And they're okay with it. They're like, I chose this business. You know what? That's fine. I'll have a violent end. And I'm okay with that. You know, but does this mean it's going to happen to you? No, because again, one planet does not signify all that. Even though Mars is signifying this here, it can be nullified by some other planet. Mars could be in a different position in the Mancha chart. Okay, so you may suffer stuff in early life, what this is signifying, but in the second half of life, you may have a different perspective, a different energy of Mars in your life. Okay, so guys, this was my analysis on Mars in the 8th house. If you're new to my channel, subscribe above. And if you want to know more about astrology, check out my link below. Check out my articles there, and hopefully they'll help you. All my videos are there, and my book, Astrology to the Speed of Light. And once you get the book, I'll send you the link to study your own charts, including the KP system chart, which I will discuss more details on the KP stuff. All right, see you.